Hello, hello, everybody, and happy Thursday. Welcome to Stampin' Chat. I am not live, but please chat with each other, okay? And I will pop into the comments at some point just to answer questions, say hello, give you some Stampin' Chat, Stampin' Zoo love, and see what you guys have been up to. So I welcome you. It is Thursday, September 18th. This is my normal time for just one of my two free online classes that I do each and every week, or I strive to do, let's say, each and every week, unless life gets in the way. But normally, you can find me here 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Thursdays and 4 p.m. Mountain Time on Sundays. Okay, everyone, I have a fun one for you tonight. My paper pumpkin came in the mail, and so we are going to make the cards as designed and make two alternates because this particular September 2025 Fall for Toile all-inclusive paper pumpkin kit coordinates with one of our newer online exclusives, Amber Autumn, and the suite that coordinates with this stamp set and bundle. So we have all sorts of things to choose from, not from just the kit this month, but again from the coordinating suite. I think it's called Autumn Toile. We'll definitely be using the paper, and you will see the toile influence throughout the kit. So it's beautiful. It's fall. And let's just get into it, shall we? All right, so I have opened it off to the side and kind of gathered most of the materials to make the cards in an effort to save just a little bit of time. But we will be working through the steps together. Please put your tips, any tips or tricks that you have for this month's kit or for Paper Pumpkin in general, put those in the comments. I'd like to see what is your ritual when you open the Paper Pumpkin kit? Do you pop out all the pieces all at once? Do you work card by card? Do you work on all of the same design at once? How do you do? Do you rush to finish it all and use it? Do you save it for a relaxing time? Tell me, because Paper Pumpkin really has a culture to it, doesn't it? I love opening mine with you, obviously, and making some alternates and just showing off the beautiful products and talking more about Stampin' Up! In general. But you guys may get together with friends or whatever. Paint me a picture. I want to know, what are you doing out there when I'm working on my paper pumpkins? Then we can kind of secretly be working on them together, right? Okay, as in prior quarters, this quarter's add-on die set is called Circle of Season. Still available, I believe. 167277. You put this into a regular Stampin' Up! Order, but you must be an active Paper Pumpkin subscriber. And so to do that, I would love to have you subscribe from the Stamping Zoo. The link is down below in the description or up above, depending on where you're watching this. So if you want to find out more about Paper Pumpkin, I believe it's $25 a month. Might differ a little bit depending on tax in your state, but shipping is included, and you do earn Stampin' Rewards. So let's see here. Let's start with whatever kit is just on the top. Oh, this one looks beautiful. So it's a cornfield. This is very reminiscent of where I grew up. Maybe, well, there were fox around, but they usually don't just hang out there. But cornfields, yes, lots of cornfields. Now, unfortunately, we're growing more houses than cornfields, but we still have lots of cornfields. All right, look at this. It is a beautiful, well, I guess I could just fold it down. A toile lined envelope. Not lined, but the flap is decorated. And we've got a Cajun craze background. And this is a paper, or it's from a pattern of paper in the coordinating suite. And we'll be using that paper because it's too beautiful to pass up. Okay, let's see. My fox went running somewhere. Oh, maybe it's, there they are. Okay, so we're going to have pumpkin. These are laser die cuts. Okay, and the fox. We're going to have the laser die cuts. Now, I skipped past the stamp set, but the stamp set that came is really useful, and cool. Wishing you the happiest of days. This will fit into the circle that's in the add-on dies. 3 leaves, birds that we're going to use on this first card, acorn, thinking of you, thankful, warm wishes, and also a couple of pumpkins that I have up on the block because we will be using those in an alternate. Okay, they're super fun to color and cut out. Little fussy cutting ahead. Beware. I promise it's easy. If I did it, it's easy. Okay, we're going to put the, now I am adding my own blocks. The first time you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you do receive a D-sized block, as well as every month you receive a Stampin' Spot, which is the same ink that I'll be using. I just prefer to use the larger ink pads since I have them, but these are true to color. So you'll be using the same ink pads or the same ink formulation that's in the regular line of products. And as I said, I'm just going to get my own Cajun Craze out and stamp these birds. Okay. They look like ducks. Ducks like to come and eat the corn. That's why the fox is hanging out. It's a whole circle of life thing, isn't it? All right. Now let me open this up because I don't want to forget to show you how great the instructions are. There's no words. We love it. All right. First of all, on the right here, you will see there is a ruler. So if you need to measure any trim or anything, it doesn't look like we measure anything in this kit, but it's always there. So all you really need to grab is a pair of snips, little pair of scissors when you're working on the Paper Pumpkin kit, and then it's good to go. You could take it on vacation with you, over to a friend's house, to a coffee shop, wherever. So it's a real take and go crafting opportunity. All right, so here are the supplies. It's telling us down here. This is the ingredients list. The ingredients list for card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. We get to make 3 each of all the different designs. Okay, so I have grabbed everything except for the banner die that we're going to stamp on. Because it's so little, I like to have something to hold on to or kind of position when I'm stamping. And so I'm just going to leave this whole as much as I can. Some of these might just pop out because they are made to come out of there easy. But for the ones that I can, I'm just going to leave them in there. And then we are to stamp the thinking of you. So once you get your ingredients, then you go to the instructions. And again, the cards are numbered. So just go to the number. Okay. Oops, I already stamped that. I'm out of order. But what's new? Let's stamp the sentiment now before I get too far afield, right? Stamp the sentiment. And I have primed these lightly before I'm using them right now with my photopolymer eraser. I simply rubbed this over all of them and then removed the bits of eraser onto my chamois. And then it really helps to remove whatever film is on these stamps after manufacturing and helps the ink to cling rather than be repelled. Okay. Right off, I'm at a slightly awkward angle because of the length of this paper, but I think I can do it. I hope I can do it. I did it. Okay. And there is one extra of the banner anyway. As you know, with our kits, well, you might not know this, but with our kits, and our Paper Pumpkin is no exception, they will often give us extra. I feel like if there's room when they're printing, if they can give us extra, they'll give us extra. So, because, you know, things happen. Fingers slip, you might drop the block, whatever. Make sure that that's opening the right way. That will be good. And then it tells us how to adhere things. So with this kit, as with, again, all the paper pumpkin kits, you get adhesive, and we got a package of mini dimensionals and flat glue dots. I'm going to use the flat glue dots because they're kind of, I don't know, controversial is probably too strong. That's too strong a word. Some people love them and some people hate them. How about that? I've really come to love them, but I did hate them in the beginning. But the flat glue dots and a take your pick tool, that's what you need. So I guess as you start working on kits more and more, you will probably really want to get yourself a take your pick tool. I think they're about $21, but they're invaluable. Okay. So here it is shaped like an octagon. So guess what? That's a mini dimensional. On all of this, it says mini dimensional on everything. Oh, we don't get to use the glue dots on this one. All right. But it even tells you where to put them to kind of evenly space out the embellishments. So you don't even have to guess about that. Now let's see. Again, I am just going to use an existing sheet of mini dimensionals that I already have going. So I don't have 5 or 6 sheets going at the same time. Turning everything over, and it will tell you even like you are to put these on the back, because sometimes different elements, if they're being layered in a certain way, you may put adhesive on the front. But if that is the case, the picture will literally show you the front, so the detail of the fox, and then it will show you where it wants you to put adhesive. Okay, so if that ever happens and you're wondering why it looks like that, that's why. Okay, oh, and in the interest also of time saving, since I have them, I'm going to use regular size dimensionals on the larger elements where I can. In fact, I'm even going to use the last of a sheet, because the whole sheet is the same material. It's just that the middle is punched out into octagons, right? So, oh, that's beautiful. And then this guy, I'm going to break it and use it on the banner. Gorge. I think we can even fit this in on the pumpkins. Oh, maybe. I think I got him. Ah, oh, perfect. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the minis for the fox. He's too curvy. He's too curvy. He needs that tail alone. Needs some help. And then one here and one in the body. Okay. All right, so bringing in my trash bin. It's a cute little trash bin. Very handy. Lots of peeling and sticking at this point. It's going to make such a cute card. All right, again, make sure you've got this opening the right way. It's so disappointing when you get everything stuck and then you realize, whoops, the fold is the wrong way. Okay, super pretty. Again, very reminiscent of Emmett, my hometown, and surrounding areas. It's straight. It's pretty straight. This grid is hand drawn on the back, so you can't use it strictly as a straight edge, but I think we got it there. Okay, let's take our cute thinking of you sentiment. Of course, this can now be used for anything you want. Sticking it outside of the perimeter for a little interest. Here, let's bring it down a little bit. They did. And you can see the tops of the corn. Whoops, you can see the tops of the corn a little better. Too hot, too cold, and now the last one might be just right. Okay, just right. And then let's bring that beautiful fox in. Now the fox is also a pattern that is on the printed 12 by 12 paper. I'll bring that piece in and show you. It's gorgeous. Not shocking. So I'm just following here They're telling me where to place the fox and how to place it, and I'm going to do so. And right now, he seems to be looking at pumpkins like, if I don't get any ducks today, then I guess I can come back and chew on that. I'm sure that's just what a fox thinks, right? Okay. It's so cute. Oh, look at those cool colors. I mean, this screams fall, doesn't it? Obviously. Just beautiful. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Let's make another one, shall we? I love making these. Oh, this is fun. Look at this one. It has stamps it has leaves all over it. Let me grab that one. So let's see here. Pieces and parts, pieces and parts. Another one with a probably pumpkin pie. But again, if you have any questions about what colors they used, because once you start doing kits, it's very fun to add some of your own stash. And so it tells us right down here, coordinating Stampin' Up colors. Cajun Craze, Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling. Oh, Early Espresso, Pecan Pie, Timid Tiger, and Metallic Chocolate Bronze. Okay, cool. I like it. And I did not know that was Darling Duckling. I was thinking it was a really light Cajun Craze. So there you go. I'm glad I looked. Okay, so next card right here, and it's asking us to put a couple of stamps on the block and then stamp the entire front of the card. I need to clean, let's see. I better clean this too, simply because I don't want to stick my finger on it. You know, if you've been around, which you have, I have a tendency to do that sometimes. And I'm going to put this back on my little stamp sheet. Keep these all organized. I will keep this set of stamps in with this set of stamps because they coordinate so well. In fact, when I sell it, they'll be in there. It'll be a little extra. But you can find all sorts of different ways to organize these on the internet. There is a Facebook group called Paper Pumpkin Fan Club run by another demonstrator. It has more ideas than you will have time for, I guarantee. So take a look. Paper Pumpkin has its own community. That's how fancy and popular it is. All right, I am going to, it's saying 2 of the leaves, but I'm going to get crazy and do 3 of the leaves, kind of in the interest of time, because I don't think you want to see me stamp these onesie-twosies. I'm going to try to place them kind of random. I could get a bigger block, but frankly, I think this is going to look kind of good. There. And it even tells you, stamp it on a scratch paper. Make sure you like it. Okay? I love it. They're not leaving anything to chance with Paper Pumpkin. We're going to use this as our scratch paper. It comes in the Paper Pumpkin. It's part of the kit itself. And so I'm going to grab that Cajun Craze again. Again, that is the same color that's in the Stampin' Spot that's provided in the kit. I love it. I love the order of those. So let's just start, shall we? And it tells you, like, you don't have to really do the middle because there are going to be other elements there. Oh, shoot. And I immediately didn't get that imaged properly. What can I do? You know what I'm going to do? I am just going to simply turn it over and start again. And it probably would be helpful if I did this flat. Ooh, I had to rock it a tiny bit. Now you'll see me like turn it this way. That's because I don't want the leaves facing the same way every time, right? And I will be able to get my chamois in there and clean that up. So I'm just kind of focusing on placing them a little bit differently each time. Okay. And we still have the trash truck. Gosh, I hope the dogs don't hear that. You know, they're on hyper focus, super security today because of the trash truck. Like now I'm just gonna let these go over to the other side, and I'm gonna try to fake this out a little bit. Kind of like, oh yeah, they're meant to be there. Partially inked, not so much. Now look, I moved that one. What's wrong with me? Too much caffeine today, I guess. That one's going to be easier to hide, though. Finally, I'm coming in there. Cute. Okay. Looking good. All right, let me get the last little bit of ink wiped off there so it doesn't transfer to the inside. And there's the front. And then we have all sorts of pieces and parts, and they provided 3 pre-cut pieces of this pecan pie grosgrain ribbon. Gorgeous. And look, they're even telling us to cut it. No, they're just saying to fold it. I got it. Fold it. Yes, sir. Okay, and I still need this because we need that to put that gorgeous stamp. Wishing you the happiest of days. This could be for a number of things. It could be an anniversary card, of course, a birthday card, whatever you like. And I haven't seen a sentiment from us that says that, and so I like it. It's just a little bit different, and it's definitely positioned to fit into a beautiful circle. So we're getting some circles here pre-cut for us with this beautiful, what they call it, chocolate chip metallic. I love it. Anything chocolate chip, like, come on. We had chocolate chip cardstock, remember, a while ago. And I really liked it. I feel like Early Espresso, you know, stepped in and helped fill the gap when chocolate chip retired. But there was a chocolate chip. Shouldn't surprise you because of the alliteration alone. Okay, so it tells us to fold this, and then when the adhesives look like that, those are the glue dots. Okay, there's only 2 choices in this kit, so it makes it easy. The octagon shaped mini dimensionals or the glue dots. So it tells us exactly where, but it tells us first to fold this and then to put glue dots on it and flip it over and put it onto the circle. We can do that. I don't like my ends to match up, you know, be the same length exactly. So that'll be probably where I start. Okay, so there's no real mystery in these. You just have to, and I don't worry about starting on the end. We'll get there when we get there. See how I do that? Pick it up and put your finger on it and down. That's it. Once you do that, like frankly, I'd prefer to work with these when I have a bunch of things to use glue dots on than the roll. The sheet of dimensionals looks like this. And it's fine. I have a system for that too. But this one, yeah, I like it. And so now do I want to glue these together? I'm going to. This is just a Lisa thing because I want to be able to hold it in place before I glue it down. Right? Ooh, gosh, this has a nice sheen to it. Very rich, very fall, isn't it? Now, I have to look at where this is positioned so I can put this at a jaunty angle. Ooh, yeah. I like about that length. They made theirs shorter, but this is my kit. I can do what I want. Okay. click it. I'll put another one right in line there so that one of these might not show. And yeah, I know I'm not putting those in the trash bowl. I'll get it later. Okay, let's see. Nice. Oh, they have theirs kind of pointed down a little bit more. That's probably a good idea because it probably needs some room so that it doesn't come to the end of the card, you know, come outside of the margins of the card. Okay, so I pointed that down. I don't always follow the instructions though. And I bet you don't either because it's fun. Then you say, that's the part that I contributed to the design. Okay, so all of those are off now. You can still see the dots themselves. So everything usually has a backing paper on it that you have to remove. Okay, and then we have these two clusters. They were laser die cut. I popped those out, and aren't they pretty? And they are gorgeous. And feed back to the images in the suite, and all the colors, of course, very much the same. And so let's see what it tells us. Okay, it tells us, oh, those are up on dimensionals. All right. A new sheet. Oh, so satisfying. Now I will usually start in the corner of the dimensionals, but then I kind of go wild. So I think, oh look, they don't even have that many on here. It is good to pay attention to them because sometimes an image will overlap, or you need space to tuck another image underneath. And so it will even show you, you know, the pictures will have allowance for that. We're going to wing it. I might regret it. But again, I'm going to use my largest where I can. And then come in with minis. Now where'd those run off to? Come on. There we go. Have you gotten your kit for this month? Let's see, 18th. I think I got this. Oh, I think I just got it yesterday on the 17th. And that really is usually when I see mine show up. So the deadline to sign up when you first start your Paper Pumpkin subscription is by the 10th of a month. And then after you sign up, unless you cancel, pause, or have only purchased a single prepaid month, or a set number of months you can prepay. Once you are done with those, then it will stop. But if you're just on the recurring monthly subscription, it will not stop unless you pause it or cancel it. And you can easily pause it by the 10th of any month if you see sneak peeks on my emails that give you a clue that maybe you don't want that or you're on vacation. Now see, these leaf images are slightly different. And so they've shown us how they want the top and then the bottom to be. Okay. And I will follow those instructions. How about that? And then this guy, oh, perfect. I see where I can hide my little double stamped image right there. I am going to, actually, I left more of a gap up here, so I'm going to put that right there and hide that. And then I'm going to put 2 in the upper left. That's just kind of how mine worked out. Okay. Those really are quite pretty, aren't they? Oh, yes. Yeah, they aren't bronze, they aren't gold, they are a darker chocolate chippy. Okay, I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of this ribbon too, and probably it tells us to do that, but hey, I know the score. I don't want this thing running around. All right, just concentrate on your sentiment. Don't concentrate on where the ribbon's going. Concentrate on the words that you want straight, and easy as pumpkin pie. Look at that. Ooh, so cute. And yeah, we've got some of them going off. People will notice them, but they won't, be like, oh, she didn't stamp that quite right. What happened there? I love that one. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to like it. Well, I mean, I knew I'd like it, but I like it more than I thought it would. How about that? Okay, I need a Diet Pepsi break here. Diet Pepsi break. Stampin' Zoo break. So, I jumped right into this, but I did forget to welcome you if you're new, or welcome you back if you are here after watching me a while. I do value your views. I value your subscriptions, your follows, your likes, your comments. It all helps me keep going, right? I don't want to just be out here talking to myself all day, believe it or not. I want to hear what you have on your mind. So please use the comment section for that. You can also contact me at any time by just messaging me with the email listed in the description if you have any questions about the products, etc. Don't quite know where to start, but want to start. I have some perfect ideas. And also, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I sell all of the beautiful products I'll be showing you today, along with the complete Stampin' Up! Line. Stampin' Up! Has high-quality paper crafting supplies. They've been in business for more than 35 years. That should tell you something. And guess what? I've been using them for probably 32 years, let's say. I was a little late to the game, right? The reason I can easily use the same product line all that time is because they're always changing, keeping things fresh and new, and the quality always stays high. Okay, so with that, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with the Stampin' Zoo and Stampin' Up. First of all, oops, well, we're going to do a quick rewind. I forgot. Okay, there we go. Every time you stamp with me at thestampinzoo.com, just simply hit the Shop Now tab and you can see that full line of products. We have all your paper crafting needs, soup to nut, tools, stamps, embellishments, card kits, stamps, dies, I don't know what else, everything, okay? Everything you need to get started on a paper crafting hobby or to continue a paper crafting hobby. Every time you shop with me and your order is over $20, you earn 10% back as Stampin' Rewards to be used on a future order. You can use it on your very next order or you can save them up. They don't expire for a year and you can always find the balance of your Stampin' Rewards by logging into your Stampin' Up! Account and looking in the upper right-hand side. Okay, World Card Making Day is coming up and you can register for free for this event. It's completely free and you can watch it from 2 to 3 p.m. on October 4th, or you can watch the recording immediately after the event. I feel like it's going to be available for 30 days. And you can craft along with them if you would like to enhance the experience by ordering the Handmade and Heartfelt Kit. It makes 10 beautiful cards with a box, and I happen to have one sitting right next to me. And we're going to open it at the end of this video, okay, just to take a peek. I don't have time to work on it right now, but I'm dying to. But maybe I'll save it for World Card Making Day. Okay, this is one of my classes coming up. You need to register for it by October 5th, and I previewed the products last Sunday on my video, so you can still find that on Facebook and YouTube. It's a beautiful suite of products. No, actually I broke rank. I'm using paper, ribbon, and embellishments from one suite. And then I paired it with another bundle, a separate bundle, that I preferred. I think it's much more versatile than the bundle that was in the original suite. So, as I said, our things mix and match seamlessly, this just being one example. This online class includes 5 cards and 1 project that I designed for you. You will have all the supplies you need to make the kit, make the cards and project plus extras, because you receive about $25 in Stampin' Up! Product from that grouping of sweets or whatever products I decide. Each month is different. And if you'd like to order the featured bundle at the time that you place your order for the class, I will pay the shipping and tax. So this month's bundle is $47.50. You can sign up for this as a single month class or a club, again, that you can cancel or pause at any time. However, if you stick with the club for 6 consecutive months, I send you a goodie bag full of all sorts of products at the end of those. Well, during the 6th month, I send you the envelope, or not an envelope, a goodie bag. Sometimes it's literally a bag. Okay, so please think about joining us. We have a lot of fun, and of course, it's a group. So you're in a crafty group, but yet you still get to craft on your own time. I provide videos for each card or project and a color PDF. So you get to craft however you'd like. Here's a close-up of the bundle, because there's a lot of sentiments and pieces. And so in the other graphic, it doesn't show up that well. So lots of different examples. Lots of different sentiments for all sorts of events, not necessarily just winter, but of course, these are going to make stunning Christmas cards. Okay, and this coming month's paper pumpkin is obviously themed for Christmas. You're going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 different designs. And let's see, I have a paper with the details on it, a few sneak peek details. Pre-cut paper pieces with soft stitched look flocking, shiny red sequin embellishments, and coordinating colors are basic beige, cherry cobbler, garden green, pecan pie, and the Stampin' Spot is real red. And the box itself is even a beautiful gift. You can put an address label in the middle there where you see paper pumpkin. And then this would be a beautiful way to ship a Christmas gift or a winter gift. All right, and just like I was telling you, the Circle of Season dies are coordinating with this quarter's paper pumpkin kit. Beginning in October, we have a new quarter, so we have a new set of coordinating dies. You can add this to an order currently or until they're sold out, okay, or the end of the season. It's called Abundant Joy, and you can see there you get all sorts of things. It is $12. It's a good deal. Those add-on dies are a good deal. Again, you have to be an active Paper Pumpkin subscriber before you can put this into your cart. And we have got October Stamp Camp. As you know, I am super busy. Oh my gosh, I started loading the pickup last night for Super Saturday. Thank goodness I have a pickup. I have so many great things I'm taking down there. So that's what's going on for this month in place of a regular Stamp Camp. But next month in October, on the 18th, I'll resume with a regular Stamp Camp, which is making 4 cards with all sorts of product. You get to use all of my tools. All of that stuff's included. Cost is $25 or free with a $30 order. And as this says, you can register for any or all of those things at thestampingzoo.com. Hop on over there. We also have registrations going on all the time for the Bon Appetit Recipe Club and Chopped. Okay, you can read more about that again over at thestampingzoo.com. And I welcome you to, again, ask me questions about any of the events that I have going on, as well as just general questions about Stampin' Up. If I don't have an answer, I'll find one for you, okay? All right, let's see here. Let's make an alternate, okay? I'm ready to shake it up slightly. And so let's bring in that cornfield that we had previously. Guess what? It's still going to be a cornfield. We're not making that big of a switch with the cornfield, but we don't need to. All right, I have brought in my own card base, Early Espresso. Is that 4 1/4? It almost looks, yeah, it's too wide. It's 4 1/2, but that's okay because I have the choppy paper trimmer right off to the side here. I want to get that fixed before I get too far into my design. Yes, that will make all the difference, believe it or not. Okay, and I'm going to get my bone folder. Okay, and make a nice crisp. So the cardstock is a little bit thicker than the pre-cut cards that are in the paper pumpkin kit. Also, those are probably scored by machine, so they're, you know, perfectly scored. Probably has more pressure than my hands. Okay, so I have a couple little extra things to put in here. First of all, I have colored the pumpkins with my Wink of Stella pen. So as you can see, they're full on glimmer pumpkins. Have you ever spray painted pumpkins and dipped them in glitter? I did that one year. It's a horrible mess, but so fun. Okay, and I guess let me go through the supplies. I brought in some peach pie paper. I brought in a couple of strips of, this is called the warm metallic specialty paper. And it is from the suite, okay, the amber or the Toile suite. And then I die cut this for the insert, and this is from the dies I was just talking about for October's Jubilee. That's one thing that makes that class so valuable, is that you get to work with these dies, and then of course these carry over into any of your projects. So case in point, that's going to be a beautiful insert, don't you think? Wow. Okay, and also, look, they have mirrored the shape. So I love how it's different dimensions, but I love how they gave us the same shape, and that is why I chose it for the inside. So this is going to go up here, and then we are going to make our own pumpkins. We're not going to use the fox on this one. And I don't know which sentiment we're going to use, but we're going to put, oh, I know. We're going to use a sentiment from the Amber Autumn stamp kit or stamp set. Now this suite has two stamps and die bundles. One is a gorgeous tree, and you'll see the influence of that in the last card that we make that was designed for the paper pumpkin kit. Okay, and then we're going to use the Autumn Wishes stamp over here on the peach pie paper. But first, let's color these little pumpkins so I can show you. Okay, see in there, if you've watched me before, we've been coloring with the Wink of Stella in particular because it's such a cool way to color. So I have just put a dash of re-inker in there, not purple re-inker, of course. I put the same color pumpkin pie re-inker into there. And then I'm going to grab my Stella. It's not a brand new Stella, and it's not a dry Stella. It's in the middle Stella, okay? I stamped the pumpkins in early espresso ink to match everything else that was going on here. And then I am just going to kind of draw out a little bit, mix it with the Stella pen. And of course, once you start moving the Stella pen, the Stella starts flowing, okay? And then I might test it out, but really, I want all of these to be kind of dark and then go into light. So I'm fine with just taking it straight to paper. I can't imagine it's going to be so dark that I wouldn't like it. Maybe if it was another color, or we were coloring something very, very particular, then I would try it off on the side of the cardstock. And if I forgot to mention it, this is very vanilla cardstock and a very vanilla insert. Now I'm going into the darker piece because I want to bring in some shadowing right there. So I'm just dabbing on the darker colors. So you can see there. I'm just playing on those shading marks that the artist has put there for me. So, and also I know that this pumpkin is in front of the other pumpkin. And so there's going to be a shadow. That said, this pumpkin's going to look like a little more intense in its color. Okay. And you can go over the paper several times with this. I find that's the way I kind of loosen up the ink. And so if I have any empty spots, or if I have something that's too dark, then I just run my Wink of Stella over it a little bit. So cute. So easy. So cute. Okay. There's that. And then actually, okay, so then if you're using your Stella and then you're finished coloring, you just let it flow until it's clear. Okay. Now I also, though, I want to stamp this ahead of time. Because if I recall, this particular stamp, probably just how it's cut on my set of stamps, it kind of faces more upward than the label suggests. So I am going to stamp it first. Ugh, that looks cruddy. What happened there? Have I been, I wonder if this is dry from me using it on blending brushes or something. Let's try that again, shall we? Give it a couple seconds. Okay, it doesn't look great. Why? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to bring in Timid Tiger, just because I know it's a juicy ink pad. And let me see. I still want to use Peach Pie. I feel like all these three oranges work well together. And so let's put that away. Let's grab Timid Tiger because it's like a newer ink pad, and I will make note to self, re-ink your pumpkin pie. Okay, I'm going to stamp it this way because of the way I want to die cut it. Let's see if we can get this better. So much better. Okay, well, that tells me what's going on is that I need to re-ink pumpkin pie, which makes total sense because I've been using it more because it's pumpkin season, right? Okay, now this is going to sit off to the side for a minute here. And let's see, first, oops, don't lose those. First, I am going to fussy cut. Everybody stand back and watch the speed at which I do this. This is where I would fast forward it if you were being recorded, but you know I don't have time for that. I don't pre-record and edit. I feel like we're, even though I'm recorded, but I'm not edited. And that's because it's a real experience. I don't want to edit out all the stuff. This is part of the stuff. Like when I'm looking for my scissors and I don't know where they are. Well, you have lost your scissors too, haven't you? Yes, I know you have. And then you go, there they are. Okay, we're keeping it real. Even when I have to come to you ahead of time and record the video. Okay. Plus, I don't have an interest in learning how to edit my videos. I would rather be face-to-face or live on camera with you. So I am not interested. I've learned a lot of stuff in order to support my business, but that's one thing where I'm like, no thanks. People talk about, they're always talking about, I've got to edit that. I've got it ready for you, but I've got to edit it. I'm like, no. If I have to add another step, you're never going to see me. I am kind of bubble cutting this a little bit more than I did with the first one. It's just kind of how it started out, and it was looking smooth and nice, so I just went with it. Okay. And the background is vanilla too on the with the corn stalks, so we don't really have to worry about it too much. I need this to be big enough so I can hold on to it, but I need it I needed the rest of that out of my way. Right. And so it will be pumpkin season soon, but beautiful Boise, Idaho has decided to go back to summer for the next few days. In fact, I think one day it gets up to 90. I mean, come on, that's Michigan. So I hope it just runs its course. Just hurry up. I'm going to be busy with Super Saturday Stamp Camp. And so, like, just hurry up, get it out of your system, and then let's go back to 70-degree temps. Little rain, dark mornings, we're having that. You know, all the cues that tell you it's fall. Now, if you are one of my friends from Australia or New Zealand, hello for all of you. And you're not getting ready for fall, are you? No, you're getting ready for spring. Always messes with my head. I'm sure it messes with your head that I'm using pumpkins. Okay, so we're going to use 2 of them in a grouping. Frankly, if I weren't making this with you, and I may do this afterward, I'd probably make a 3rd and put them in there because why not? And really, these are like even numbers. Ooh, we might cut one of these out and make 3, but let's just hold off on that. Let's hold off until we have the final design. Now, this is extra, okay? You do not really need to come in and color those stems, and I didn't want them green. So these have been hardening off for a while, and they're brown. Isn't it cute, though? I love the detail in our images. This is the quality of the regular line of products. You get the same quality in the paper pumpkin kit, in the other kits. It's samesies. I never ever worry about that anymore. I don't have to. Okay, so now we are going to die cut this guy, and I'm going to have it come in from the side with a Stylish Shapes banner, because remember the original one had a banner sentiment as well. I will bring that in and show you, but this is why I wanted to stamp this first. Remember I told you I think my stamp and my label aren't quite syncing up, so they're a little like, when I think I'm stamping it straight, it's actually kind of going off at a jaunty angle that I don't want. So now I can tape the die in place. So when you have a stamp, it's kind of picky like that, that's red rubber. Only really happens on red rubber every once in a while. But we're phasing out red rubber, so it's not really going to be anything you're going to have to deal with in the future. Won't that be weird? And again, it doesn't happen very often, but you can tell once you start. Okay, that's fine. I'm using the mini. Okay, I love the mini Stampin' Cut embossing machine. If you don't have one, you better start hinting to your significant other, friend, dog, that you would like one for Christmas. Okay, or just for your own Super Saturday, because they are invaluable. They are just as, it's the same quality construction as the full-size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which you also need. But you can cut out the majority of our dies on the mini, and as you saw, I can just bring it into my workspace really easily and then slip it right back out. Where did these go? Come on now. Oh, they're off to the side. Don't worry, I didn't just throw those on the side there. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this in. I don't want to cover up all the corn, and I am going to do a little trim, but again, remember how they brought it on the outside? I thought that was, twice sophisticated. So I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to use the paper trimmer because I'm feeling like I might not get it straight. It's a little long for me to feel uber confident. So let's just try it. Ooh, I think that looks nice. It's going to be very pretty, and then you can still see the elements. But I'm not finished with those elements. So remember the Wink of Stella coloring we were doing. I'm going to do Wink of Stella coloring with the corn as well. And we are going to use Darling Duckling. We're going to sync up the colors because there is quite a difference, isn't there? So you could use the crushed curry if you wanted to, you know, create different highs and lows. I'm not really interested in doing that. That's not my focus in this. My focus is just bringing a little a little difference to the image. And so I have the Darling Duckling re-inker. I'm always telling you it's a great idea to order the re-inker and the ink pad at the same time. That's going to be way more than we're going to use. And as you saw with some of these, I've got like some ink already in the reservoir. And that's because you can do that because this is how your ink pads are stored. Ink pads are stored in here, so they flip upside down, but they don't touch the bottom of this. So as long as you keep them flat, everything should be just fine. Now, if you start traveling with them and putting them upright on their end, I wouldn't trust that. I would clean out the reservoir area. I think it will leak a little bit. I mean, you know, there's gravity and all. So let's just start coloring these, shall we? I don't mean to color them in because I love the way the design is sort of watercolored partially. Okay, I'm being really random. Let me start a little more purposeful over on this side. Okay. Oh, that's fun. It can be addicting. Pretty soon I will have every corn stalk colored, right? Even though I meant to just add a little bit. Okay, if you were live, you'd be telling me when to stop. That's enough. I do miss the chatting with you, but probably you might like this type of a format better, recorded format, because I do stay more on task, don't I? I'm not jumping into your comments saying, wait, now what? Catch me up. What's the latest gossip? Okay. This adds a great touch, and of course it's going to, the pumpkins that we colored will look more incorporated with the entire design if we've got some sparkly throughout. Okay, now that one I just colored, and it looks just like the other. I didn't, fully color the entire, well, I want to say leaf. I guess it is a leaf. Fresh corn. Gosh, I love recipes with corn. I even have a pasta. The best pasta salad that I make is not healthy at all. It has bacon and has corn in it. Chipotle and adobo. It's got a real comeback quality. Like, oh, I need more. I need to go back in and get more of that. Okay. I think, well, see, as I said, you could easily do this technique on all the stand. But so now you've got some glimmer and shimmer in here in amongst the corn. And okay, I'm going to do one more and then I promise I'll stop. Okay. And again, actually, I can do this on the back of this paper because this color isn't very dark. And again, our papers are not so thin that the ink seeps through. So I have cleaned that off. You will notice that I don't spend a lot of time waiting for this to dry because it's dry, okay? Unless you're coloring a big, huge area, it's just going to be dry. It'll be totally fine. And so let's bring in this. Now, where is that irregular weave trim? This looks just like it might be some, like you could relate this back to the corn, right? It doesn't look like corn silks necessarily, but we're going to put it back behind this this layer because I think it just like reminds me of it. It's perfect. And since it's going to be back behind the layer, actually, you can just do this if you don't want to use a full length of it. Okay, where are the scissors again? Scissors. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to stick it right there, and I'm going to just put it down with Seal Plus. Seal Plus is like Seal on steroids. See how it's light blue is Seal, dark blue is Seal Plus. Dark blue. Seal Plus works great for fibers, highly embossed layers, anything that Seal can't handle. Right? Okay. So we can end up looking like 2 strands here, but we're only using half the amount. Oh, is it long enough? Dang it. Okay. Oh, I need to separate this. I need to bring it out to the very edge. Maybe a little past, right? Okay. I guess you can move Seal Plus. It just is messy. Okay, let's try that. Let's see. Does this come out now? Yeah, okay, that's cute. I could have even used less, right? But I think that looks good. So now this is going to go up on dimensionals. Oh, brother. Look, I'm starting a new sheet because guess what? The other one's buried. It's buried with all my other tools. I don't know where it is. We'll find it here in a minute. I'm going to kind of keep these to the outside because I don't necessarily want to create a speed bump effect by putting it over the trim. And the trim is, it's a little voluminous. It's not horrible, but so if you were in Zubilee this month, you received half a bolt of the ribbon or 5 yards, a full pack of the streaked dots, which are coming up shortly because they are my favorite new embellishment. And they look like, everybody says they look like wood. My friend Kim told us that they look like myrtle wood, polished myrtle wood. So, okay, then we have this coming in, and I like it. And then, see, I have these random pieces. I almost think we should put this down here underneath the pumpkins. Okay, I don't like that piece right there. Let's take that and see if we like it. We're just going to see if we like it. Don't even know that we'll glue it down. We'll probably just put the pumpkins on top of it. Okay, that needs to be, why did I get that straight? No, that's not working. And then let's just lay this on top. See if we like it. Very cute. It's cute. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to chop this other one. Doesn't even numbers just don't look right. We just need one in the front. Okay, I was gonna try and be kind, but nope. Now, again, what I think I would like would be 5 on the front, but we're not doing that. Might be too many anyway. It might overwhelm the cornfield. We don't want to overwhelm the cornfield, do we? Oh, and then let's take this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Better. Better, better. Okay, those are going to be on dimensionals. And I don't think we're going to need to glue that down if we place the dimensionals so that they are down towards the bottom. Okay, and then this one is going to be kind of nestled back behind the other large one. So let's just bring this in here. Come on now. Okay, and then these two. Here. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's cute. Yeah, I love it. Okay, let's bring our autumn wishes. Oh, now see, I don't want to go over that. So now I'm bringing this in more than I thought I would. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. I think I just want to put it down flat. I feel like it's voluminous enough. But it almost looks like these are the ends of that die cut, right? Okay, and then let's bring our streaked dots in. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Is this, I've been working on too many kits. I think the irregular weave goes with goes with our other autumn suite. Okay, in any case. If it does, I apologize. We have too many beautiful things right now. I can't keep track. I used both of the autumn suites that I liked. One was for Super Saturday and one was for Jubilee. I cut everything this week and I'm recording videos and I really don't know whether I'm coming or going. It's a good thing that I keep a very detailed, old school written date book because I just have been like, okay, look at that. It'll tell you what to do. And then that's it. I need to write it. It's the mental act of writing it that helps me. Okay, let's bring those pumpkins in one more time. Remember I said I would put one on the inside. I would fussy cut it, but we're not going to. We're just going to leave them like that. They're beautiful. Hey, I love this card. Autumn Wishes. The beautiful little inside. Now we can use the seal because that is just cardstock to cardstock. Nice and flat. And let's see here. Oh, those need to not be upside down. Thank you very much, ma'am. I think that looks good. Look how crisp that looks, vanilla with early espresso. And look at the front. It's adorable. Okay, let's make our third card as designed by the pros. Let me find it here. No, that's our alternate. See, now it's getting a little crazy up in here, isn't it? Oh, see, I was going to use, okay, I cut these because I was thinking I was going to put them back behind here, but it was too much. It was gilding the lily. I like this better. Okay, and let me get these together before we're going to do a recap at the end, but my goodness, I can't just lose them. Okay, here's the third as designed by Paper Pumpkin. And you could just send this with a note inside, and it's a beautiful note card, isn't it? But of course, they've given us more. There's one of these actually with pecan pie too, if you want that. You can mix and match your envelopes. We're okay with that. We're okay with that here at the zoo. I definitely need the instructions. I put those off to the side for a reason. Oh, good. We get to use the acorn. So we are just going to stamp the acorn. And then look, this is its own element. And it's thicker than you'd think it would. So it's flexible, but it's not like flimsy. You're not going to tear it. And it's gorgeous. And it really coordinates well with the other bundle stamp set in this suite. So keep that in mind. Now it has us putting dimensionals all over this thing. And so let's do our stamping first. Our little Cajun Craze acorn, shall we? And I need a little clean. And then I need to locate said stamps. Where are you? Of course, they're clear, which is not very helpful. My gosh. There's too much beautifulness here. one moment, please. Let me look through my stack. There they are. Okay, this little, it's the duo, yes? Yes, okay. There's only one. I don't know why I was questioning it, but I'm going to take that and we're going to bring in, and look, this one has like a beautiful little watercolor wash back behind it. Oh, so cute. Beautiful. And did you notice in the additional die kit, you can make a die cut acorn as well. So you just take, this looks like a strawberry because the first month was strawberries, but you can also take this and just use it with the topper, okay? Or you can take this and use it with this topper and make it into a strawberry. So clever. I mean, they're always clever, but that was extra paper pumpkin cleverness right there. Okay, so these guys need dimensionals. This needs halvesies, right? This needs part dimensionals and part glue dots. So let me get started on these mini dimensionals. And I do think you need mini because of the thickness of the frame. Okay, so you're just gonna, oh brother, you're just gonna get a mini to fit in on this this frame. So tedious. I should bring my take your pick tool, shouldn't I? Yep, I should. Okay. Move over, mister. So I've continued my binge watching on YouTube of the 20-plus-year-old, very popular British show, Come Dine With Me. It's so funny. Guys, it's just funny usually. I mean, sometimes it's home cooks, and I really think it was definitely before the explosion of everyone really taking their cooking to a different level. And so sometimes it's really just like, as they would say, a dog's dinner. But just like me saying a dog's dinner, okay, here's the funniest part about me watching that show is I'm starting to pick up the vernacular, and it's, people are looking at me more strangely than normal. I can't think of a specific example here. When I come up with the example, I'll let you know. But cute little English phrases are really starting to work their way into my everyday. Oh, it's pretty funny. Okay, so anyway, I recommend it, but I don't think it's currently airing. I wouldn't be surprised though, because it seemed like it was very, very popular. First of all, the sheer number of episodes that are on YouTube. Secondly, they had different spin-offs. Like the original format is 4 strangers or 5 strangers, depending on I don't know what. But at one point they have 4. Sometimes they have 5. But then they also have a celebrity version, which I have yet to actually know the people that have been on there. And then they also have a couples version. I don't like any of them better than just the original 4 non-celebrity strangers. You go to their houses, right? And like I said, it was before all this like explosion of everybody being so perfect or trying to aspire to what's online. And so it's just like random houses. It's like really feels real. Okay, and then we're bringing in the thankful. All right, this one goes together slick. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I'm going to send this out, obviously, during November, our traditional month of gratitude. And, ooh, is that far enough over? No, It needs to go a little bit further left. And Thanksgiving, of course. So I'll probably send this to people if I'm not spending Thanksgiving with them and so forth. Now I could see right off the bat, I need to have, okay, where's the dimensional going to go? I don't even know if there's room. Okay, I'm going to put a glue dot right here where the frame is and a couple of dimensionals inside there, but on either end, so that I can kind of straddle the sentiment if I need to. Okay, and that's going to be good enough. It's going to withstand a 50-mile-an-hour wind. That's enough. Let me see if I can. Oh, nope. I didn't get that quite right. Maybe more like this. Let's see now. Thankful. Pretty good. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I have one more alternate for you. And then we'll do a lineup and see what we like. I don't think we're going to like one better or less than the other, right? Okay, so I've used those really cool branching out dies again. And I've cut a little piece of the Toile paper, not in the paper pumpkin kit, but from the featured suite. And then I've got a piece of vellum. We do not carry vellum in our line anymore, but frankly, you probably still have some in your stash like I do. This is our same very vellum because it was fantastic, and I'm coming to an end of it. I'm really kind of sad. You can actually make cardstock layers out of it if you use some different pieces and parts of DSP. And so I'm going to have to go on the hunt for cardstock vellum. And actually, if you have found a vellum outside of our now retired Stampin' Up vellum, please let me know. Or if you happen to have some Stampin' Up vellum that you'd like to sell, contact me. I would love that. Now look, this is going to be a little more simple, right? We're going to bring those leaves in again. And I'm going to vary the color. I'm not going to use Cajun Craze. I am going to use Pecan Pie. Another one of the featured colors in the suite. It doesn't matter. You can use any combination you want. You can use grape, gorgeous grape if you want. But there's definitely a lot of Pecan Pie in that. And once again, I have one of those featured dies. That's in the featured die set. So let's bring these in. Oh, they're so cute. And like that. Let's see. I'm going to dry fit. I chose one of the smaller, ones, obviously, because I don't know. I just thought it looked pretty just having the tree there. I kind of used the die to. Perfect. Okay. Get that out of there. Wow, this is a beautiful kit. I mean, I really lean toward my house aren't these colors, so like I love teal and greens for my house, but I guess I just really lean. Well, I love fall. It's my favorite season. What about you? You don't have to be samesies with me, but if you are, that's cool. I'm going to put this on the vellum first. I have die cut this again from that. Let me show you some of the products. The first product is the Autumn Toile paper. It's total dog's dinner. No, it's a mess in here. But, and I have showed this to you in more detail on an earlier video. So, got to keep up on my videos, folks. Every Thursday and Sunday. I've really been trying regardless of how busy I am with other events. I've really been trying. You know why? Because I miss you too much when I'm not on here. So even if I have to come to you recorded, it's better than nuttin', honey. I'm like, I'd rather be with them recorded than not at all. Because then I can still pop in late at night and visit with you and catch up on your comments, etc. So I hope you're still with me. Even though I'm recorded, I gave you a heads up a couple episodes ago. Episodes. It's funny. And told you, like, I'm behind the scenes, but I'm still here. Okay, so that's just a snapshot of some of the paper in the Autumn Toile suite. And then we also have the most gorgeous, it's called Earthen Toned metallic 12 by 12 specialty paper. Item number 165901. If you want to add that to an order. And there are, how many? 3 12 by 12 sheets. That's a lot of metallic paper because, I mean, look at it. Isn't it gorge? It's hard to show it, right? Hello. It's hard to show it off, but that's why we're kind of using little pieces and parts of it. So there's that. And then, of course, okay, now these look better. Aren't those gorge? Streaked dots. And then the irregular weave trim. I have decided that, yes, this is in this suite as well. Not for bow tying, okay? But for everything else, it's going to be great. Okay, now I had a piece of there. I wanted this because I put adhesive sheet on the whole thing. And then remember our little circle of season dies? Well, there's the prettiest little leaf in there. And so we're going to cut a few. Bring in that mini trimmer again, and let's cut a few of those because I love them so much. 1 minute here. And, whoops. Just touched the wrong. Hold it. Let's make sure. Where are those? There we go. Okay. Got that. Oops, getting a message here on just a minute. Let me send a quick text. Yes, not available. Forgot to silence. Silence. We will have silence in this classroom. I'm just going to cut a little edge off of it because I'm going to make you watch me die cut 50 of these leaves. We're probably only going to cut like 3. Let's cut 3 and then see how we feel. Okay. And pop them out again with your, take your pick tool. Let's take a look at them. I haven't die cut this yet. Look at that. Ooh, it's so pretty. I'm putting one on the inside for sure. Uh-oh, we might need 4. Better be careful. This is also, like when I'm die cutting something so small, I actually prefer to have it on the mini die cutting machine because I feel like sometimes it can get away from me on the large machine. You know, like if it pops out, I don't know where it is. The track is too large. But with the mini, I feel like we're like under control. It doesn't have anywhere to go. So this guy. So we might have 3 on the front, along with hello. I better bring in some other element, or everything's going to be metallic. I don't know. That might almost get boring. Let's see. Oh, can I do it? We're just doing it because I want to see if I can. Right? If I wouldn't have been so gratuitous up there. There. Okay, now. Careful. I need surgical precision. Let's see. Let's see if I got it. I got it. Yes. Sweet. Okay, I've been around. It was just luck. Oh my gosh, that's really quite pretty. Looks like it's just floating down in the air. Okay, I've got to put this back right away. In fact, I keep these in one of our medium clear envelopes. I have been known to order them and then immediately throw them away because they're just a little compact size. So now I put them in the medium envelopes and then I don't lose them. You could also put them very easily into these Avery passport holders that I purchase for my embellishments. So keep that in mind too. And now that we have those, okay, we need to use something else. I think we need a fiber. I have some early espresso and old olive linen twine. We have linen twine, but let me see here. What do we have? We have some leaves from the garland wreath, but they're too large. They will take over. Oh, let's see. Let me see about this one. How about this with some mossy meadow and gold trim? I don't think so. I was hoping that would work. Then we could have brought in like some mossy meadow elements, embellishments. All right, I'm still looking. I'm still here. What? Oh, what about basic beige? Maybe. Let me see. I think this one's stitched. It might be, this one might be on last chance or even retired, but we have two basic beige. Yeah, because I think the card base is basic beige. Okay, got it. I'm going to put that right there like so. I'm going to start with the vellum layer. And I don't think this should have, well, it might have a seam in it, but otherwise it's just going to peel off like a sticker. And, oh, perfection. I want to place this, I want to put this in place for a minute so I can figure out right where I want it. I want it like at the base of that tree, but not covering the deer. And then in order to like put these together, you have to hide glue dots so that you can cover those with, in this case, we're going to use the streaked dots. And so let's kind of, again, I'm going to put one up here and one up here. You know, I like a triangle. And then we'll put one down here, and that will fasten the vellum in place. So no worries. Get out. Thank you for your service. Okay, and then this guy. Oh, so pretty. I need it off that cardstock. Come hither. I need you over here. Put it right back where it was so that the tree and the deer are. Beautiful. Oh, now my ribbon might hide the deer after all, but I think I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Sorry, guy. Okay, now my ribbon's going to come in here towards the bottom. I think a bow is going to be too much. I'm going to use a little fake out here. So bring this in and this, it's going to be lower. And so I'm going to run this just across the front. Now I'm going to just kind of hold this in the air, but if you need to place this down, just grab your silicone mat, okay? And then you can work with it down on your desk. Dimensionals. Do I need to start a third sheet? I don't know. Let's see if we can get lucky and find the others. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to use these kind of as anchors for that ribbon too. And then up here and here in the middle. We don't want a saggy bottom. I mean, I've experienced it and I don't recommend it. If it was only as easy as putting a Stampin' Dimensional on my own and lifting it, it would be so nice. But I digress. Okay. And we gotta, yep, we're opening this the right way. Looking good so far. Let's place that. And we have stamped our leaves beautifully, I might add. And then I'm going to bring this in for just a touch more. See, I didn't want a bow because I felt like it was going to overwhelm. Whoops. Okay, that just fell on the floor and rolled down the hallway. Not really, but basically. It's like when Cash gets a hold of the toilet paper roll. And so, okay, I've just slipped it under there, under the base piece of ribbon, and then I'm just tying it over itself and position it so your knot's gonna look nice, and then pull, okay? And then just pull. And I am gonna take it outside the border. Because again, I just find that interesting. And also we did it with the hello. We took the hello outside the border as well, didn't we? See how I snuck that in? I took the hint for that from, I think it was the first card we made. So you never know what's going to spark your interest. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, is the more cards I've made, the more ideas I have flowing. Like right now, I've been designing, I mean, you know, I designed, I don't know, 20 different cards this month at least. And I have so many more ideas in my head because I really amped up the amount of designs. So when in doubt, literally let your body just go through. If you say you lose your mojo or whatever, I haven't lost my mojo as far as crafting since I became a demonstrator, because it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't go anywhere. You never let it lie. So I guess my point is just, it's kind of like exercising. Like you can watch somebody do it on TV, but you're not going to get the effect of it unless you have your body just go through the motion. Right? Now, I don't know. Is this too much? Yeah, maybe. Who cares? And then I kind of want to have one laying down on the bottom, like, because they're curved, like they're falling. And then I was thinking like, so I still kind of have my triangle. We're going with it because you're not here to tell me no. I'm recorded. So take that. You can scream too much in the comments right now if you think it was too much, but it's too late. Okay, come on now. What you can tell me in the comments is that you shared this video. If you haven't yet, please share this video. It's totally free. It helps me more than you know. And you know what? I don't think my videos have been getting out there into the internet very much lately because my views have been going down. But my content, I think I've been trying to pack them with more content. So is that bad? I don't know. But I have noticed that my shares and my comments have gone down. So I would just say, if you're enjoying this, thank you in advance for sharing, liking, subscribing, and commenting on this video. Because while I absolutely love it when you make a purchase from me, liking, sharing, and being interactive with me on these videos, that helps me a lot too. So thank you in advance. Okay, we have a lovely lineup of fall cards here for you. I mean, come on. We just made 5 cards, everybody. Come on, round of applause. And 2 alternates. Okay. And so here's one as designed by Paper Pumpkin. And here's the second one, Gorge. And here is that third one. Oh my gosh, so pretty. The elements are so pretty. And then here was my take on it with a few added extras from the featured Autumn Toile Suite. And the dies as well, the Circle of Season dies. Those are still available. So as long as you are an active Paper Pumpkin subscriber, even if you didn't get these kits, if you're just coming into, if you're new to a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can still purchase the dies. They are still available. How can I show those off? There we go. Hold it. Okay, there's 5 if you want to take a screenshot. And thank you so much, my friends. Guess what? I will have another video for you Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And I will probably not be functional that day, but I might be in the comments watching with you. Okay? That's the day after my big Saturday event. So thank you so much, everybody. Round of applause for you. I'm already looking forward to reading all of your comments, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much.